Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 779th battle that I've put on our Brotherhood YouTube channel. And what a battle I've got for you today. This is a Barbarian Invasion battle, and I think you're going to really enjoy this. It's an absolute cracking battle, and let's say it's something a bit different to put on our channels, I think. Okay, so our first teammate is someone who calls himself OTD Chimrazig, but is in fact Scorpion King SR, and he's bought the Sassanid faction. He's got 7 cavalry, 2 horse archers, 6 foot archers, and 1 peasant unit. Okay, here we have a look at his archers there. Now, these guys got long range, got quite good defense, and are elite archers. Make no mistake about that. There. And if you notice the upgrades he's put on them, if you count them 1, 2, 3, you've got 9 upgrades, fully upgraded archers there. Of course, they're desert archers, so if this was a desert map, they would get a desert bonus as well. But as it's a winter map, they won't be getting any bonus. And there's a horse archers there as well, the nomad archers there. Very powerful archers, can form Canterbury and Circle as well. So they're pretty good. Let's have a look at his cavalry there. And these are the tanks of the battle here. You can see them because they're armored from head to toe there. The tanks of Barbarian Invasion there, because they're armored from head to toe. I think they've got something like a 35 defense. I mean, you know, with gold shield on them. I think they're very, very effective there. And there is his general unit there. Look, is a Clibanarii Immortal. You know, Clibanarii Immortal. These guys got 2 hit points. If you notice, they carry bows, okay, so they're a horse archer unit, but also, if you auto-attack, they use effective against armor maces. And make no mistake, this unit is very difficult to kill. Very difficult indeed there. But if you notice something about Scorpion King's army, okay, did you notice? No infantry. Okay, so Scorpion King's bought an archer and cavalry army here. Okay, a horse archer, foot archer and cavalry army, but no infantry. Now, is that going to be a telling factor during the course of the battle? I guess we'll just have to see. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Legion 22. Now, Legion 22's got 6 infantry, 6 archers, 6 light cavalry, and 2 horse archers. Okay, and of course this is the Vandal faction that he's bought here. And nice to see Legion 22 back on the battlefield. We haven't seen him for a few weeks, so it's nice to see him. And there you are, you can see he's got his, I think those are Step Lancers there, yeah. Step Lancers there, 7 upgrades on, Experience, Strength, Gold Shield, Gold Attack. Now these are just light cavalry, okay, but they can be quite effective. You'd be surprised on how powerful they are. And of course, being light cavalry, they're fast moving as well. So it'll be interesting to see how well he uses them. And there is his Step Raider archers. Now, just to let you know there, can you see he's got them 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. That gives them, get ready for this, a 15 missile. The missile is the impact and damage that a missile can do. And a massive 17 defense. So make no mistake, these guys, when they run out of arrows, they can make very, very effective light infantry. Okay, but these are elite archers. As I say, long range, well armored, great defense, and as I say, really effective light infantry when they run out of arrows. So they're pretty good. There's infantry there. He's bought the Step heavy spearmen there, of course, because they got spears, they'll be anti-cavalry automatically, but also they're quite good at holding up infantry as well. Okay, so remember, we're still all experimenting with our armies on Barbarian Invasion, so it's all experimental. And there's his horse archers there, the Step horse archers. These are elite horse archers, can form Canterbury and Circle. So there you are, that's Legion's experimental Vandals army there. And it should be interesting to see how well he does with that during the course of the battle. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who has bought the Roman Western Empire. Now I've got 7 spearmen, 5 comitatenses, 4 plumbarterai, and 3 cavalry. Okay, so that's my army there. There's the Auxilia Palatina, the spear units there. These are really good spearmen, and they can form a shield wall, as we'll probably look at a little bit later on. Okay, and there's the comitatensis. This is an eagle unit there, so of course an eagle unit gives extra morale to your troops there. Okay, let's say this is a very old army from 2005, 2006, and anywhere you've got my plumbarti there, and if you notice in their shield hand, you'll see them carrying those plumbarti, effective against armored darts there. Okay, very, very effective, and these guys got long range and do a lot of damage with those effective against armor darts there. Okay, so quick look at my cavalry there, and I've gone for the auxiliary, or the Summation auxiliary cavalry. These are about probably mid-range cavalry. They're not bad. I'd say pretty mid-range there. So there you are. That's my old Roman army back from 2005, 2006. Let's see how effective it'll be. And here is the other team. We have brother member TR, who has bought the Berber faction. Now, TR's got usually builds very diverse armies, so it'll be interesting to see the units that he's put into this Berber army. Berbers are recognised, I think, on Barbarian Invasion, probably the weakest faction in the game. Okay, they are probably recognised as the weakest faction in the game, so it's very unusual for anybody to bring Berbers, so it'll be interesting to have a look at the units. There you are, you've got the Hillman there. Okay, now remember the Berbers are a desert clan, really, like a desert faction, so they would be getting a bonus, desert bonus on the desert map, but this of course is not a desert map there. Anyway, you've got the archers there. They're short range, as you can see, no armor, pretty poor archers really, to be honest. And then you've got the mountain men, spearmen there, and if you notice there, you've got the I think these are desert axemen, Berber axemen there. Now those axes are effective against armor, so that's basically all they've got going for them in the whole army, really, is these effective against armor axes. Their morale's pretty poor. Of course, they got spearmen there, so they're going to be anti-cavalry there. And if you see their cavalry there, he's bought the desert chieftain general unit there, so which will have 2 hit points on. But as I say, Berbers are, I think, recognised as the most weak faction in the game. They already got camel riders. As I say, all these units would have a bonus if it was a desert map, but of course it's not. It's not a desert map. Now the rules we play for on Barbarian Invasion is no artillery, 1 Roman army max per team, 2 berserkers, a maximum of 2 horse archers, a maximum of 12 cavalry including horse archers, and 1 elephant. Okay, that's the rules we play on Barbarian Invasion. But for the Berbers, because they're the weakest faction, they've got no rules. They can bring whatever they want. So that's why TR has bought them, I suppose, today. Their next teammate is brotherhood member Mars. Now Mars has got 4 archers, 6 chosen axemen, 2 berserkers, and 8 cavalry. Okay, Alemanni faction is quite a tough faction. Got some really good units in it. Now if you notice here, he's gone for these particular archers here, which are the chosen archers. Now they're well armoured, but they're only mid-range. Okay, but they're very well armoured, mid-range though. And you've got the other archers in this faction called the Lombard archers, which have got a long range but no armour, so their defence is very low. So you can either choose these archers, medium range with good armour, good defence, or you can go for the Lombard archers, long range but no armour, so poor defence. And then you've got the chosen axemen there. Remember, these guys have got effective against armour axes and can cut wide swathes through heavily armoured troops like Roman infantry. Very tough units, these. Got quite good morale as well. And then you've got the infamous berserkers, the Lombard berserkers here. Remember, they've got 2 hit points, excellent attacking specifications, and also a massive fear factor, taking the morale away from enemy troops, destabilising them and making them more susceptible to routing. And then I notice he's got 8 cavalry here, and he's gone for the Burgundian Lancers. Okay, now these are heavy cavalry, but they've got an advantage because they're fast-moving cavalry as well. Okay, so these guys will move as fast as horse archers or any other light cavalry unit, but they are heavy cavalry. So the Burgundian Lancers, they're pretty good cavalry there, and that's why Mars has bought them. And you say you got 8 of them there, so that's his Alemanni army. But the last army, this could shock you, this last army could, because it shocked us. Okay, it's Brotherhood member Mantu. Now get ready for this. He's got 18, get ready for this, 18 infantry and just 2 cavalry. 18 infantry and 2 cavalry. Now we know the firepower that these Plumbarteri bring with their effective against armour darts there that they throw, flighted darts, okay, the Plumbarteri. So we know the firepower, we know they've got loads and loads of ammunition, and they can literally destroy whole armies before you even get into hand-to-hand fighting. And then he's got his comitatensis units at the back. Okay, they're eagle units, so they're going to give a morale boost to his army. But 18 infantry units and the vast majority of Plumbarteri. He's got his 2 cavalry units hiding in the woods. So make no mistake, this army of Mantu could well be a battle-winning army. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I just thought I'd just like to show you the disadvantage in infantry that we have here. As I say, Scorpion King has bought an archer and cavalry army with no infantry. Okay, now we've just saw that Mantu's army on the other team has got 18 infantry units, and the firepower that brings. And then you can see Legion here has just got 8 infantry units as well. Okay, so Scorpion King's got no infantry units, Legion's got 8 infantry units, and then just my Roman army there that I'm bringing. So as I say, I hope that the Sassanid archers and cavalry that Scorpion King's bought is going to really make up for having no infantry, because after seeing Mantu's Roman army with those 18 units of massive missile throwers. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at this Nordic woodland map. Okay, we've looked at it before, but can you see there's a slight incline there? And very often enemy teams have attacked up this slight incline and won great victories. But there's 2 ways to attack if you're the other team. You can either go up this incline here, if this is what you want to do. Okay, if the other team wants to attack, let's say you can attack up the incline, and that's been done very successfully time after time. Or, if you want, you can bring all of the enemy team over here, and there is a flat area here to attack team 1 here in a flat area. So you've got 2 ways to attack if you're a team 2 there, either up the incline or come over here to the flat ground. Be interesting to see what the enemy team's going to do after looking at the ground. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you'll see that TR has taken his Berber army over to our left flank there. Okay, so obviously what they've decided to do, they're going to go onto the flat ground and attack us from the flat area. They're not going to attack up at the incline there. Okay, as I said, we looked at the map earlier, and you could see that you could either attack up the incline there, or you can move over to the left of our team and attack on the flat ground. Here you'll see Scorpion King and Legion 22 there advancing their horse archers forward here to try and snipe off some of the Berber army. You can see TR is trying to take his Berber army over to his allies as fast as he can, but also you can see that, as I say, Legion 22 and Scorpion King are advancing their horse archers forward as fast as they can to try and, as I say, try and snipe off some of the moving Berber units there. There you are, you can see them start to shoot arrows into them there. As I say, the Berber faction is looked upon, I believe, as the weakest faction in Barbarian Invasion. But as I say, we're still experimenting with all the different factions, so that's why TR has bought this Berber faction. I think I would have waited for a desert map myself, so that, because we know that the Berbers get a desert bonus at least. But as I say, TR just wanted to experiment with this faction to see how good it was. But here you can see the horse archers of Scorpion King there, his Sassanid horse archers there, shooting into TR's infantry. And of course you've got Legion 22's Vandals horse archers there shooting into TR's Berber army as well. So as I say, they're going to be inflicting quite a few casualties, I'm guessing, on that Berber army there. Okay, because as I say, the Berbers statistics overall are pretty poor, so they will be extremely susceptible to missile damage. Okay, so here you'll see my red Roman army. I've run all the way over from the other flank over to this flank here, as this is where we're going to set up our team here, maybe our defensive formation there if the enemy are going to attack. But remember that Scorpion King Sassanids have got no infantry, and Mantu has bought an infantry army of 18. and 2 cavalry there, and you've got Mars's infantry there as well. Looks to me, as I say, they've moved over here to the flatter area of the map so they can attack us on a flat ground rather than attack up at the incline, which we looked at earlier. Right, here you can see both Mantu and Legion 20, sorry, not Legion, Mantu and his ally there moving cavalry, Mars moving cavalry here to try and help their Berber ally out here. Basically, you can see a lot of horse archer arrows going into the Berbers there. There you can see TR is actually trying to charge some of his cavalry forward to chase away the horse archers there. You see he's got his camel spearmen there moving forward, and he's got some of his kind of chieftain units there as well, fast moving chieftain units, just trying to chase away those horse archers, causing him a lot of catches. Now just here, I just want to show you a great bit of teamwork here by Mantu. Okay, can you see Mantu's brought his 2 cavalry units over? I think these guys got something like a 35 defense on them with gold shield on them there. So he's brought those cavalry over. Notice that they're in open order as well. Remember, units in open order suffer less casualties from missiles. So he's brought these 2 cavalry units over here to shield his Berber ally from the horse archers' arrows there. So as I say, a nice bit of teamwork there by Mantu. Remember, in team battles, that's what wins the battles there, is good teamwork. So now TR can withdraw his Berber army over towards his allies, while Mantu's cavalry there will shield him from the arrows. Mantu's probably still going to suffer some casualties, but it'd be very, very minimal there. Okay, so over here you'll see I've got my old Roman army and old Roman battle formation set up here. There you are, you can see the shield wall there, okay, of my Auxilia Palatina. Okay, that's very effective, that shield wall at the front of my battle formation. Okay, can you see how well armoured these troops are now with the upgrades I put on them? They've got something like a 29 defence. Okay, and of course, because they've got spears, they're anti-cavalry, so they'll stop any direct cavalry attack onto my battle formation there, but they're also good at stopping infantry as well. I've got the eagle units, the comitatenses there, right behind them there, so each one of those comitatenses will be given all the army morale boost. And then I've got my plumbarteri there behind my comitatenses there, because they've got long range. And I've got my general at the back of the battle formation there. Just show you my general. There he is wearing his red cloak. Looks quite good there, doesn't he, with that nice red cloak on him there. So so this is a battle formation from 2005-2006, which I've brought to the 2023 battlefield just to see if it's still effective as it was back in 2005-2006. Here's my cavalry at the back. I've only got 3 cavalry, so it'll be interesting to see how that old battle formation army does during the course of the battle. But here you can see Mantu here moving forward there. If you notice, he's been walking his troops, not running them, to keep his troops fresh. And you'll see Mars has been doing the same, walking his troops as well, keeping them fresh there, rather than getting them tired by running and stuff like that. So they're using their years of experience there in moving their troops forward. But as I say, over here, you can see that Mantu is using those 2 very well defensed cavalry there, chasing away the horse archers there. He's routed one of Legion's horse archers there. So he's doing a good job at keeping the horse archers off of his Berber teammate there. So TR must be really glad about that. But TR needs to move his troops, I would suggest, quickly over towards his allies, away from these horse archers. Here you can see Scorpion King's general unit there, that Cliboneri Immortal, which is also a horse archer unit there. So as I say, I think it'd be a good idea for TR just to run his army as fast as he can over to his allies, just to team up with them for a little bit of protection, I would think there. As I say, you can see, I think Mantu with 18 infantry is feeling extremely confident there, I would think, as he moves forward. Here you can see Legion 22, one of Legion 22's horse archers there in Cantabrian Circle. Remember, that's very difficult to kill from foot archers there, as they go around in that circle, shooting loads of arrows into enemy troops there. Okay. But here I remember saying something to Legion about his cavalry being a little bit exposed there. Can you see the flank of his cavalry is going to be a little bit exposed to possibly an enemy attack there? But I think he's concentrating on his horse archers at the moment, and he hasn't seen the danger to his cavalry yet. But as I say, it'll be interesting to see how that old Roman army of mine and that with that old-fashioned battle formation is going to do against enemy troops there in 2023. As a lot of you know, I love bringing old armies and old battle formations from years ago to the modern day battlefield just to see how well they do. Okay, so as I say, you can see Tiara moving his Berber army more and more towards his allies there. But as I say, if you notice, Mantu and Mars are just walking their troops, keeping them fresh there, ready for the battle there. But as I say, that shield wall of mine, it'll be interesting to see how the enemy are going to go about breaking that shield wall. It's pretty tough there. But you can see the enemy looking to move around the left of my battle formation there. Obviously, they don't really want to take my battle formation on head on. They'd much prefer to go around the flank. But as I say, Legion needs to move his cavalry pretty soon, because I think he's going to come into archer range from the enemy troops soon, and he'll start suffering casualties. I think I did mention it to him a couple of times. Move your cavalry, Legion, because you're going to get into enemy archer range pretty soon. So I'm going to guess that he's going to move his cavalry. Here you are. He's just moved his cavalry now out the way. I bet I bet Mantu and Mars there, we're looking forward to sniping some of his cavalry off. Right, here you can see, say, TR moving his Berber army over towards his allies now. So it'd be interesting to see how well he does there. And once again, you can see here that Scorpion King's put some of his archers, horse archers, into Canterbury and Circle. But here you can see Mantu still kind of defending his Berber ally there with his cavalry. He's taken some casualties, as you saw, but he will be taking minimal casualties there. So over here you'll see once again Mantu looking to flank my battle formation there. So I've got to be switched on, very battlefield aware myself here, to be able to keep my army facing the strongest part of the enemy attack. Okay, so but as I say, that's quite a scary sight, seeing 18 infantry units there, and I think something like 16 of them are Plumbarteri, with their effective against armoured darts and loads of ammunition and long range as well. So they could literally destroy an army before they even get into hand-to-hand fighting, just with the firepower that 18 infantry army could bring to the battlefield there. So I say my 2005-2006 battle formation here is going to be sorely tested by the attack of the enemy team there, I think. And it'll be interesting to see if that old battle formation is still effective on the 2023 battlefield. Here you can see Legion's elite archers there, shooting into the enemy team as they're moving. Remember, moving troops are very susceptible to missile damage there, and that's exactly what Legion's taking advantage of there, shooting into them. Notice here Mantu still wants to try and get around the flank of my battle formation there, so I keep moving my battle formation over to face, as I say, the strongest part of their attack there. And you can see Mars moving his troops over. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So over here you'll see that a couple of Legion's horse archers have both been routed there, and possibly will be leaving the battlefield. And as I say, here you can see TR's Berber army moving over towards his allies. Okay, you can see he's moving over there quite quick now. As I say, he's hoping probably to get over there for a bit of defence there with his allies, because as I say, he's been losing a few troops from the horse archers. There you can see Scorpion King's cataphracts there, locked and loaded, ready to charge in when necessary. And there you are, you've got the horse archers of Scorpion King there shooting into the Berbers as well. So make no mistake there, the horse archers of the Sassanids there have been causing quite a few casualties to the Berber troops there. But meanwhile over here, as I say, I've got my old-fashioned army and battle formation here, facing that massive infantry army of Mantus. What really worries me here is I think he could literally destroy my shield wall there, maybe, with the firepower that he can bring to bear. Those of you that have fought on Barbarian Invasion will know the power of those Plumbarteri. And here you can see Legion there has got his archers, got his infantry there, and his cavalry up behind my Roman troops. I think what the team plan was for me to take the missiles, actually, because I've got well armoured Roman troops there, and then Legion can then bring his barbarian troops in when it's needed there. Here you can see the fire arrows hitting my troops there, fire arrows coming in, but all the time I'm still trying to face the main threat of Mantu's army there. Now can you see those effective against armoured darts starting to come in now? Okay, later on there you'll see it's almost like raining darts there as they're coming in. And as I say, remember, each one of those darts are effective against armour, and they really will cause massive damage to my units as those darts are coming in there on my shield wall. There you can see him moving forward once again, trying to get the angle. Can you see how he's trying to get the flanking angle there? So really I need to turn my battle formation to face that movement there. Anyway, can you see I'm moving my battle formation there to try and face the main threat of his missiles? But you watch the missiles coming in now. Look at those hundreds of effective against armour darts coming in on my troops. Look at them, and you can see I'm replying as well. Can you see I'm replying with my plumbarteri and my comitatenses? You'll see I'm throwing pilers and those effective against metal darts into Mantu's army there. Right, can you see the pilers there? There, can you see the pilers? If you get a look there, there's a pilot being thrown by my comitatenses. Okay, so the comitatenses throw 3 lots of pilers, and there are the plumbarti. That's what the plumbarteri units throw. That plumbarti is a dart, an effective against armoured dart. So I'm trying to reply with my troops as much as I can, but I'm outnumbered. Here are one of my spear units has been completely decimated, killed to the last man. On the end of that shield wall, look, it's been absolutely destroyed. There, so that's what I mean about the firepower of Roman armies on this game. They can destroy whole armies, and they're just throwing loads and loads into me. As I say, it was agreed, I think, that I was going to take the missiles there, as I've got heavily armoured Roman troops rather than my allies, because I think my Vandals ally there would have been completely destroyed by it. But look at my shield wall still holding. But look at those darts raining down on my shield wall. Look at the casualties that they're causing there. As I say, each one of those darts is effective against armour, and it is literally raining in. Look at this unit on the end here, look, reduced to 4 men there, look, down to 2 men now. There you are, look, they're down to 2 men. That's all they've got there. And now look, you can see that Mantu's moving his infantry formation forward again. I don't know whether he's still got some missiles left. He may well do there, but he's thrown in a lot. Just look at the dead. Just look at this. Look at the dead of my shield wall there. Look at that massive line, and that shield wall hasn't even come into contact with enemy troops. That's just missile damage to them. And look how damaged the units that are left there. There, yeah, you can see they're still throwing in darts, those effective against armoured plumbarti darts, into my units now. Look. So you can see there, just look at those darts still coming in, still weakening my shield wall there before we even get into hand-to-hand fighting. That's the devastating firepower of what 18 infantry units can bring to the battlefield. Imagine the devastation they would do to my allies, to my Vandals allies, that haven't got anywhere near the armour that my Roman troops have got. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So you've got the Sassanid cataphracts there of Scorpion King over to the right there, backed up by his archers there. Okay. And he looks like he'd like to target the Berbers here if he charges in there. But you can see here a lot of archer fighting's been going on here, because there's a lot of dead archers there of I think Mars's archers there. A lot of them have been killed there. Obviously there was a big archer battle there between Scorpion King's archers and Mars's archers there. And here you'll see that Legion 22 is moving his infantry forward now. He may well have sensed that most of Mantu's troops have thrown all their missiles there, but just look at my shield wall at the front of my battle formation. Can you see how battle damaged it is? There were 7 units there, I can only see 4, so 3 units have been completely destroyed just by missile fire there at the front of my battle formation there. And now what's Mantu going to do? I'm guessing he's going to charge his units in, because he's still got a lot of units. There's one unit down to 5 men, look. 5 men. Oh my gosh. But as I say, 3 of my Auxilia Palatina units have been completely destroyed just by missile fire. So as I say here, the shield wall I think's done its job in soaking up the enemy missiles there, but yeah, it's not looking very good. Right, I'd like to draw your attention here. Can you see that Mantu has just put his army, if you notice, all his infantry were in open order to suffer less missile damage, but he's now put them into close order now, which tells me he's about to attack. Okay, close order is the best thing to put your infantry in when you attack, and that's what he's just done. He's just put all his infantry in close order, and he's ready to attack. If you notice here, Mars is bringing his infantry over here, looking like he's going to get around the flank of my Roman army there. So it looks to me like the enemy team have definitely decided they're going to take my Roman army out. Okay, I can see that by the amount of missiles they've thrown in there and the disposition of two of their armies there. They're looking to take my Roman troops out here. Okay, I suppose they think, looking at the well-armoured troops that I've got, if they can take me out, they can then move on to my allies there. So, as I say, you can see Mantu really moving his infantry in. It looks to me like he's going to attack now. The way that he's moving forward, there you go. He's going to attack straight in that. It wouldn't surprise me if he brought some units around the flank. And as I say, you can see Mars is Alemanni army coming in as well there. And it wouldn't surprise me to say if they come around the flank. There's a nice hit here by Legion 22. Pause the game for a second there. There you are. Legion 22 charged his light cavalry, smashing in, routed two of Mantu's Roman units on impact. Great hit there by Legion 22 there with his light cavalry. Really well done there. Helped out on that flank. But as I say, you can see the Roman troops attacking my battle damaged shield wall at the front there. I'm just hoping though that shield wall can still hold a little bit there. But you can see there, they're really outnumbered. You can see the shield wall units have been really weakened there by the missiles that came in on them. You can see there's units getting around the flank there. But as I say, it looks to me like the enemy team are looking to take my army out. They want to take my army out. Just look at the disposition of their troops there. And so Legion's done a really good cavalry hit there. Uh-oh, can you see cavalry coming in? I can see Mars's cavalry coming in there. Get ready. Bang! As it smashes in there. Oh my gosh, smashed into my shield wall units there. Right, let's pause the game for a second there. Oh my gosh. So Mars just charged 6 of his 8 cavalry straight into my shield wall there. And yet my shield wall still seems to be holding there, look, against that massive cavalry. And don't forget, I'm already fighting infantry there. Roman infantry at that. So that cavalry just smashed straight into my shield wall there. As I say, it's still holding that. Still holding that shield wall is. Here Scorpion King's charging his cataphracts into the flank of the attacking troops there. So this is a nice move here by Scorpion King, hitting the enemy in the flank. Remember, the flank and rear are the weakest parts of units on Rome Total War and Barbarian Invasion. If you notice here, I'm counter-attacking with my 3 cavalry as well. I'm going to take them straight through the middle of my infantry, trying to smash into that cavalry that's attacking me. You can see that Mars has still got a couple of cavalry units he may well bring around the back to smash into the rear of my engaged units. But you can see my Roman army is basically under siege. Okay, make no mistake, my Roman army is under siege and being inundated here by enemy troops. And there's a berserker unit. They've even activated a berserker unit here. So you can see they really want to take out my Roman army here. This is their target. Take me out and then move on to my allies. So you can see there, no messing around there. That's what they're doing. And I just wonder whether my troops are going to hold here. There you can see my cavalry, my red cavalry there attacking. Look, bang! As they counter-attack into that cavalry of Mars's. As I say, you can see Scorpion King's Sassanid cataphracts smashing into the rear. This is a nice move here by Legion. He's come over to counter those 2 cavalry units of Mars that he got in behind me. Nice battlefield awareness there by Legion 22. And that's good news for us. You can see a lot of enemy units are routing now due to that Sassanid cavalry. That was a nice hit there by Legion 22 into the back of those enemy infantry. Now, just to say, remember that Legion's got light cavalry, so it hasn't got the weight, the penetration and the impact of heavy cavalry, because I'm pretty sure if that was heavy cavalry there and he smashed into the back of those enemy Roman troops, he would have routed them on impact. But remember, he's only got light cavalry, so as I say, you haven't got the weight and impact of heavy cavalry there, but he can still do a lot of damage, cause a lot of casualties there. But as I say, if that was heavy cavalry, I'm pretty sure he would have routed those enemy infantry there. Okay, but he's still done really well. That's a really nice cavalry hit there. I can see him getting a lot of kills here. But here you can see those chosen axemen there, where they're effective against armor axes, really chopping my men up. There you can see that. So remember, my troops are the red Roman troops there. Okay, everything else you can see is attacking me there. Here's a nice little move here by Legion 22 with his light cavalry there fighting those couple of units of Mars's heavy cavalry. Mars probably going to have to back that cavalry off there. And you can see here more enemy cavalry charging into my Red Roman army. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So, over on the right of my Red Roman army, you will see that both Legion 22 and Scorpion King with their Sassanid and Vandals army are really doing well here. They're routing some of those Berber troops there, and they're coming in on the flank of the attacking enemy troops. So, really well done to Legion 22 and Scorpion King. You'll see I've got my cavalry out the back of the enemy troops there, trying to kill enemy troops out at the rear. I've routed a lot of enemy units there with my cavalry there, but as I say, the enemy's still looking to kill my armies from what I can see. And here you'll see, remember these elite step raider archers of the Vandals there, still shooting into the enemy troops. Here you can see Scorpion King bringing more of his troops over there as well. You can see there, I think there's a couple of Berber cavalry units attacking Scorpion King's archers there, but you can see Scorpion King is alt-attacked because his archers have pulled out their knives and they're now fighting those Berber troops there when he's got other units shooting into them as well. So I'm hoping they're going to be able to hold there against those Berber cavalry. Okay, but as I say, over here you can see a mass lot of chosen axemen there of the Alemanni really cutting swathes into my units there. Here's another little charge. Uh-oh, here comes Mars cavalry coming into the rear of my Roman infantry. Look at him, bang, as he charges in there. Nice tactical attack there by Mars with that to Alemanni cavalry there. Nice attack there, but you can see Legion counter-attacking Mars's cavalry there with his cavalry. Really well done there to Legion with his 6 light cavalry units there, really doing well. But as I say, you can see Scorpion King there causing a lot of casualties to the Berbers, and somehow my Red Roman army is still managing to hold here, but with great support from my allies. You already can see Scorpion King here. They're charging in with his cataphracts. Remember, as I say, I think those cataphracts got something like a 35 defense, so they are difficult to kill. And see my spear units, I've still got an Auxilia Palatina unit, 2 of them still fighting there, look. Those 2 Auxilia Palatini units still fighting. They were the shield wall, but that's the only 2 units left, and they're very battle depleted. Remember, there were 7 units in that shield wall, now there's only 2, and they're very battle depleted there, but they're still fighting. Here you can see the enemy have broken through to my comitatenses. They're trying to get to my general there. Here you can see Legion's put a couple of his infantry units in behind my general unit there to protect the general unit there from enemy attack. I've moved a couple of my infantry units over in front of my general unit there to give it a bit more protection. There you can see I've moved over a couple of my red Roman units to give the general a bit more protection. As I say, you can see Scorpion King charging his Sassanid cavalry into the enemy troops there. And I think I can't believe that my Roman army is still holding after that massive attack there. Well done to Legion and Scorpion King supporting my army. There's another cavalry charge from Legion coming in behind like a bang as he charges into the rear of that Berserker unit and those chosen axemen. Nice attack there by Legion. Yes, they are only light cavalry he's using, but I think he's using a lot of good attacks there. Right, there comes some heavy enemy cavalry into my general unit, and bang as that cavalry unit of Mars charges in to my general unit there. Okay, there you can see he's looking to kill my general. Remember, the general usually stands on the left side of the general unit, which is the side that his cavalry just smashed into there. So I think if I lose my general there, I got a feeling that my units could start to rout. Remember, morale is very, very important on Barbarian Invasion. More important than it is on Rome Total War even here. And you can see the Sassanids still pushing it, but look at the purple army of Mantu. He's still got loads of units left there. So there you are, you can see them really pushing in. Uh-oh, bad news for our team and bad news for my army. My general has just been routed. So that is really bad news for us. Okay, my general has just been routed, but, and there is a but to this, okay, the good news for us is, well, you can see some of my units are already routing because the general unit's been routed, but also you'll notice that the enemy general has routed as well. Okay, you can see the enemy axemen and berserkers still closing in on my Roman army there, but if you notice there, you'll see, yep, they're pushing in there, causing me a lot of casualties. But there you'll see that Mantu's general's been routed as well. So Mantu's general basically got routed the same time as my general there. So both of us have lost general morale bonus, but if you look at the purple army of Mantus in comparison to my red Roman army there, you can see that there's a lot more purple troops left than mine. There you are, you can see Legion 22 charging again with Sassanid help there, like a bang, as they've charged into the rear of those enemy infantry there. A nice combined hit there by Scorpion King and Mars there with their cavalry. But here's that Berserker unit that all the time sapping morale away from my troops. You can see fire arrows coming in from my allies onto the enemy troops there. But as I say, that Berserker unit there, and there's another cavalry unit of Mars charging there. He's been using his cavalry extremely well, charging into the rear of my engaged Roman troops there. I think I can see I've got 3 units left at the moment. 3 of my units are left. That's all that I've got left now. 2. I see I've only got 2 Roman units left there out of my entire army, and both are very battle depleted there as the enemy troops move in on them. I see, if you notice there, you'll see that Mars has got his general involved there. There's that cavalry of Mars's again, that bang, as he charges in there. He's been using that cavalry really effectively. Those Burgundian Lancers there, really effectively, trying to kill Mars's general there, let's see, as he moved in. Mars's general, thank goodness, is still alive, giving our team morale bonus there. If you notice, you can see the general there still giving us the same morale bonus. Just pause the game for a second here. So we've got all of the elite archers of Mars's Vandals there, those step raiders there, shooting loads of arrows into the enemy team, so that's pretty good. Plus, as I say, they're so tough, they make really effective light infantry as well, so they're doing really well. And over here, that you've got a Scorpion King's archers as well. His guys will be shooting into the enemy team as well there, shooting loads of arrows in there. But remember, Scorpion King had no infantry, so he's just got his cavalry and archers there. But here, as I say, you can see Mars's general there. He's got 2 units fighting that, infantry units, including his general, and I've got 1 unit left. But just look at the enemy purple Roman troops there, and the Alemanni troops there closing in on our troops. As I say, if Legion's general goes, then we're losing the general morale bonus, and that could mean all our infantry would rout. There's another cavalry hit there, look, from Mars. He's been using that cavalry, as I say, so well, smashing into the rear and flank of our troops. Still Legion general, still holding that, still holding there. Let's hope that he can carry on holding there, giving us the morale bonus to keep our troops fighting. You can see my one, so that's bad news. Legion's general has just been routed there. Okay, so Legion's general just been routed. Just pause the game. So there you are, that's the last of general there. I think of our generals has just been routed, so we've lost the last general morale bonus there. And all we've got is 1 of my Roman unit and 1 of Legion's infantry units left. That's the only infantry units that we've got left in this particular part of the battle. And make no mistake, the enemy troops will be moving in. Here comes those effective against armor axemen of the Alemanni, like moving in there. They will be chopping it up. That's the last of my infantry units have just been routed there. And there's Legion's unit there. He's got 1 unit left, and that's just been routed as well. Okay, so all our infantry now in that particular area has been routed. I've got 1 rallied unit that I've brought back into the fray here. Apart from that, all we've got is archers. That's all we've got, and some Sassanid cavalry. I think Scorpion King still got some of his cavalry there, a very battle damaged cavalry. He's still got some cavalry left. But as I say, that's all I've got now is 1 infantry unit left. I don't know whether Legion's got maybe have an infantry unit left as well that might have rallied. But the enemy troops there, make no mistake, have won that particular part of the battle. They've destroyed my Roman army. My Roman army has been basically completely destroyed there by the enemy troops. There you are. You can see Mantu's infantry moving forward. Oh, there you are. Legion's got an infantry unit as well there. So we've got 2 infantry units. That's all we've got here against Mantu's army there as he's moving in. But just look at those cavalry, those horse archers being auto-attacked by Scorpion King. Bang! As he smashes into the rear of those Roman troops. A nice hit there by Scorpion King with those horse archers there. Very nice hit, causing casualties to those units of Mantus there. And you can see both my infantry unit and Legion's units are holding quite well. Right, here comes the archers. They're being auto-attacked. Look at the size of their swords. They haven't got little knives like a lot of the archers. Look, they've got big swords there, look, in comparison to the little knives of other archer units. And don't forget, they got a 17 attack. There goes the Sassanid cavalry of Scorpion King charging in as well. Oh my gosh. And anyway, you can see, man, one of the Berber generals there of TR is just charging into us as well. Oh my gosh, look at us pressing in on the enemy troops, and it looks like our team has just about won the battle there. So so well done to my allies. Great support there, great fighting by them as well. They're doing really well there. So as I say, it's a reasonably spread out battlefield, because if you remember, the fighting start. Oh look, there's a peasant unit. I think Scorpion King forgot he had a peasant unit there. Look. The fighting started all the way over here. Do you remember where the Berber general TR was trying to take his army over to his allies, and my allies sent their horse archers over here and started to cause the Berber army some casualties there from our horse archers there, if you remember. And you remember Mantu brought his 2 well upgraded cavalry units over to support his Berber ally there. Great teamwork there by Mantu. And then they decided to attack here on the flatter area of the ground. But here you can see more archers dead there. I can see Scorpion King archers dead. I can see the mid-range archers of the Alemanni of Mars is dead there as well. As you move across the battlefield, you can start to pick out units there, but this is quite long grass here, so the dead are like lying in the long grass. You don't see them you know, so clearly as what you do on other battle maps or different parts of battle maps there, but you can see there just the dead there. You can see the intensity of the fighting there. So it's just a really intense 3v3 battle, and as you could see right down to the end there, it could have gone either way there. But you can see the enemy plan there was to destroy my Roman army, and boy did I suffer some massive casualties. I mean, apart from I got 1 unit left. There's a lot of my spearmen that killed there by missile damage, but as I say, I got 1 unit left out of my entire army. So basically they did destroy my Roman army, just 1 unit left there. So they if that was their plan, which I think it was, to destroy my army, they pretty well did that. You can see that Mars has still got a lot of his archers left, and you can see that Scorpion King's got a lot of his archers left and a lot of his cavalry left there as well. All battle damaged, of course, but still got a lot of numbers there. So I reckon this is going to be close to average. What do you guys reckon for the result of this battle? Close, average? I'm not sure. It seems to be a bit different on Barbarian Invasion than it does to Rome Total War. In battle results there, but there you are. You can see our team has managed to rout the enemy team there. I don't know if the enemy team have got any units left. I'm guessing they have, because otherwise the game would have ended now. Oh, and there you go then. So the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. We thought everybody played well there. It's a really great, exciting battle that could have gone right down to the wire. You see, it was an average victory. Yeah, I think that's about fair, really, about average there, looking at the troops we had left there. So quite good. Highest kills in the game, okay, goes to Legion 22 with his Vandals faction. There, those cavalry hits he was putting in, and the archer damage he was doing. 1,746 kills. I think that's really good kills for a 3v3 battle there. But I think, did you see the way he was using his cavalry and his archers? Well done to TR. Obviously he didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but as I say, Berbers I think are recognised as the weakest faction in the game. He wanted to give them a try, so he got some reasonable kills with them there, but they're not great. Well done to Mars. I thought he did extremely well with his Alemanni faction there, especially using his cavalry. And well done to Mantu there with his 18 infantry and 2 cavalry. Great kills there for him there. I thought most of those kills would have been my infantry, I reckon. So really well played, guys. My kills. Now remember that in Barbarian Invasion and RTW, good attacking play is rewarded with good kills. If you're defensive, you don't very often get very good kills. And there you can see not very good kills for me, because as you noticed, I was defensive for, well, basically all the battle there. So that's why my kills not very good. Well done to Legion 22, as I say, highest kills in the game with his Vandals faction. And well done to Scorpion King as well with his Sassanids. No infantry. Remember, he just got an archer and cavalry army. Look at the great kills that he got there. So really well done there with his Sassanid army. So a bit of diversity there. Like, the Berbers, Alemanni and Rome in the enemy team there. So well done to them. And we had Rome, Vandals and Sassanids in our team. As I say, we play Barbarian Invasion every Sunday night. If you'd like to join us, it would be really great to see you. As you can see, we have really great battles on Barbarian Invasion, and it's fun learning the new factions. Okay, see you soon. Bye for now.